Hey, it's Christine, and today's layout is my first one as a creative ambassador for Peace Craft Love. Let me see. This is my little package here. My first little package for being an ambassador. I'm excited. And this is Christmas in July, so this will be a Christmas layout. These two pictures are my daughter. I pulled them out of my Christmas 2006. It was a class party. You can see like she had little snacks, and then they're making like a little craft here. It's some kind of little ornament with snow in it. And so I want to do these two pictures and document that. And I thought it, was Christmassy, obviously, so it can go here. And then as a reminder, you can go check out the little reveal video, but it's basically 3 pages or 3 12 by 12 pattern papers from the Echo Park's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And then 3 solid cardstocks that match the collection from Echo Park's A Dog Tale. And if you guys hear coughing in the background, my apologies. My daughter has got the virus. Anyways, Simple Stories, foam stickers, Winter Cottage. I think these will come in handy. I need to figure out how to use this. I need to look and see if I can figure out the exact day of the party. If not, I can always do, this was 2007, I believe. So I can always do like 07. Oh, no, I don't have an 07. Lies. I'm hopeful I can figure out a way to use this. I may not be able to use the numbers on this layout, but that's okay. I may use that on a December daily later. I know, I mentioned that in my reveal. So maybe I'll hang on to the numbers and just do, this is cute, Joy, or even Mary. Those are cute. And then I'm thinking I'm going to use some of these star dies, because although I have these little pieces of ephemera here, I want to kind of add a little something. And then I'll most likely take this here and sprinkle that throughout. This is the sequin mix that came with it too. All right, so let me get myself underway here, and I will come back on soon. All right, gang. So what I have done so far, you can't tell just yet, but I have gutted that red paper that's in the back there, and I have trimmed down the striped paper that has the red and the like yellowy gold color. And then I have cut out the stars with my dies here. Now, I'm going to be honest. Y'all see that little star in my right hand there? I cannot find the tiny star, and I'm like, what did I do with it? What did I do with it? I give up finally. I'm like, I don't know where it went. I'm just crazy, right? Y'all, I'll find that star later on the little cutting pad. Like, why did I not think to check there? I had already put it away, and I'm sitting here, like I said, I'm looking for this star, and I'm like, what the crap did I do with that star? And like I said, I finally just give up. And then I'm sitting here like kind of working my way through the layout, and I go, Christine, just check the cutting pad. Oh my gosh. And there it was. So I do find my little star. But first I'm going to go ahead and take these 2 4x6s. I did not trim these down. I went ahead and stuck with a 4x6. Honestly, to do something a little bit different. I tend to cut almost all my pictures, and these were older pictures, so they're not digital. So they're what they are. So I've trimmed it. I've trimmed the plaid paper though as a little photo mat, and then I've got that blue that was from the middle of the red there, the little gutted paper, and I'm going to use that as a second layer. In hindsight, looking at the layout, it's not bad. It looks fine, the little blue on there, but really I probably should have introduced some more blue somewhere else, and I guess I really didn't. So it's but it's okay. It kind of offsets the pictures from the paper a little bit. Now here's where I go to put this paper down, and frankly, I kind of get a little bit stuck on the side over there and have to organize myself a little bit better. I thought about inking the edges of this, but honestly, I wanted to keep this layout a little bit simple because it is for a Creative Ambassador project, and I want to make it, what's the word, approachable, or, where maybe even beginner scrapbookers could do something like this. So I did not add any mixed media on this one. I will show you. Well, do I do this? I don't even know if I left this film in there, but I tried to show like what I had left of this kit. I easily have enough for a bare minimum of 1 more layout, if not 2, depending on, whatever kind of format I decide to take. But I'm pretty certain I can get at least for sure 1 and maybe even 2 more layouts. So one of the next layouts I may end up using some mixed media. But this one I kept a little bit simple. I just used dies and paper. And then, of course, the little sequins that came with the kit. So I start to put down these stars here. I put my little photo mat down. I start to put these stars down. And honestly, it just looks like they're floating a little bit too much, like they're not really connected to the pictures. So in a second, I'm going to end up deciding I need to add some tags. I just need to add something to the right-hand side to connect those stars to the pictures. So I'm going to cut these papers here, and they're just basically going to be the coordinating papers. In one case, I think, let me look here. It's the plaid, which is the photo mat, And then I do pull out the toy paper, which I had not used yet. And then I think the back side of the plaid is the red snowflakes. And then I have another little piece of the back side, I think the toy. So anyway, I just basically use an A and B side of 2 sheets of paper here. So I'm just looking at these patterns. I'm going, okay, what can I use for my tag? And I do decide to go ahead and cut this toy paper. I don't cut it all the way across. I give myself a little bit of opportunity to use it at a later date too, without having to, honestly, I might should have gutted it to get the tag piece out just to save some paper, but it's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. And I start off with 3. If I'm honest with you, I start off with 3, and then I start working on the tags themselves, my little We Are memory keepers. I'm going to cut over in just a second to show you that part of it. And I realize I've got one that's cut a little bit long, and I thought, oh, I can make 2 tags out of that. So ultimately, I end up with 4 tags when I start making these tags here. So here I am with this We Are Memories keeper. I think it's called like All-in-One. I really like this because I can make these tags out of it. If I'm 100% honest, I use this tool for 2 basic purposes. To gut my papers, because it is the kind where my other cutter is a rotary cutter, and it's really challenging to try to gut a piece of paper with a rotary. And then so I usually use this to gut and then to make my tags. There's a few other little features with it. I just don't use them as often. So here's where I decide, well, first off, I screwed that tag up, y'all. I cut one the wrong length, or cut the wrong like depth or whatever. And so I cut the end of it off, but then that's where I had that skinny piece that I realized, oh, I have enough for 2 tags out of this one. So I had flipped it over and made two ends to make 2 tags. So now I'm going to lay my tags down here. I'm just going to kind of organize these. I want to stagger the ends of them just to give it a little bit of interest. And then I stagger the patterns a little bit. So it's like light, dark, light, dark. And then I decide, okay, now I can lay these stars on top. And it looks a little more grounded. It just makes more sense to me. So I'm going to just kind of fast around with this just a minute, trying to figure out, okay, where do I want these stars? The other thing I did do initially, if I'm 100% honest with you, I was just going to use all yellow stars. But then as I was pulling them out of the dies after having cut them, I dropped one by accident with the green up, and I thought, oh, I kind of like that green too. So that's what made me do the alternating colors. And like I said, initially I started off with just yellow, and I'm really kind of pleased with the alternating colors there. Again, it just adds that interest. And you'll see right there, I do not have the tiny little star. There's the missing tiny star. You don't know yet, but you'll see it in a minute because I'll point it out. It's like God, I don't know where it is, but I do find it. All right, so here's where I'm deciding. I think I've already laid down, I've already glued down the pictures, but I gave myself some space on the right-hand side so I could tuck these tags up underneath there. And then I'm just going to glue these tags down. I didn't put any kind of foam tape or anything underneath the tags. I will come in a second, and I'll add strings. They won't be naked. Again, I might, if I were trying to be a little more special with this, I might have inked the edges of the tags as well, but I didn't. Again, it's to make it a little bit simpler layout, so even basic scrapbookers can maybe follow along without having to worry too much about mixed medias and inks and all those things. So what I'm doing now is I'm reaching over and I'm going to get foam for the back of all these stars. So I am going to add foam to the back of all the stars so they lift up, because I am going to add some sequins, and I'm thinking to myself, I need to give myself a little bit of dimension in here. There's my little star. I managed to find him. He's right up there on the right-hand side, right kind of under my hand right now, where I'm tying these little tags off. And I'm just going to come along here. I've just got this big old thing. I picked this big twine, what is that called? Like twine ball up at Hobby Lobby a while back, because I kept buying all kinds of little small packages of twine, and I'm like, I use this stuff on everything. So I picked up like a cream and a white about a year or two ago, and I've been making my way through it, but it's going to last me a while, which I'm really pleased. So I'm just tying these little knots here. Real simple, just, poke through the hole and tuck in through the loop. I didn't try to tie a bow. Sometimes I just felt my hands are too clumsy for tying the bows. So I'm going to tuck these through here. And then after that, I just trim these off a little bit. I do have that piece of ephemera there. I almost forgot about the ephemera, y'all, which is kind of silly. I realized, oh, crap, I forgot to get, one of my little pieces. And I decided that Peace and Joy looks really cute up there on top of that star. And just kind of near her face. It's the picture with her face, kind of looking up. And so I'm just kind of, in my mind, I'm just bringing a little bit of attention to that photo. It's got a glare on it, so my apologies. But when you see it toward the end, you'll see she's kind of got this real cute expression. She's got these big old hazel eyes and big old smile. And I just thought she looked so pretty with her little Santa hat on. I dressed that child, y'all. You can't even see this whole outfit, but she had this really cute little Christmas outfit on. And here's where I decided, okay, I'm going to grab my title. And my title's just going to simply be Joy. And I have to pull it. I start to try to pull it off the thing. And I went, well, Christine, don't do that. You end up bending your full. So I'll pull it off the back of I'll pull it backwards. Or what I'm trying to say is I pull the clear stuff, the acetate, back from the letters, or at least I try to. Because I'm trying to avoid bending my full. You guys see that sometimes. You pull your letter off. You're like, oh, darn it, I bent my full. So anyway, the title is just Joy. So these pictures were actually from a class party back in the day. It was just a little class Christmas party. And I guess I got lucky. I had a flexible enough job. I could get up there and help and take pictures. I wasn't I wasn't the room mom or anything like that, but I was definitely like, if they're doing something, I'm going to see my kid. Here's where I pulled out the sequin mix, and I've got the Nuvo glue, and I'm just kind of making little random spots throughout all the right-hand side over there. And I'm going to just take my little jewel picker, and I'm going to put these down. I still manage to turn things upside down about half the time, but it doesn't take me but just a few minutes, but I will cut it out because you don't need to sit there and watch me pick and let's just stick sequins down on top of that glue. So now I've got pretty much all of them done. You can just kind of see where I tried to like vary the colors. I thought about just dumping it and then kind of going where they go, but I wanted to be a little bit more particular than that. So I did kind of make a little bit, again, it's a little bit alternating colors, just making it even. I love this sequin mix because it does have like a couple little half pearls. It's got a little jewel. It's got little snowflake pieces. So it's really nice. I actually have a little Santa Claus. I stuck him on the right-hand side over there, and I thought that was cute. And then I'm looking at the layout and I'm like, okay, I feel like the top left needs a little something. So I took the little holly and I stick that down, and I almost just did that. And I thought, no, that looks a little goofy. You need a little something extra. I start kind of fiddling with the sequins, but I'm going, no, you need something else up there. And then I find a little, it's kind of, I can't tell if it's a star or a flower, if I'm honest. I think it's a star because it has 5 points on it. Although I guess the designer of that collection could have thought it was a poinsettia or something. But to me, it looks like a little star. And I'm thinking, okay, that looks cute. But then I thought, no, you need a little something extra too. So I'm going to pull my sequins back out, and I'm going to put a couple little pieces of sequins up there, just 2, so that I've got kind of a, little cluster going on up there. And then I'm a little bit pleased with it. I still need to come in and add the date, and I may come in and do that on that. I don't even know where I'm going to do it, y'all. There's all kinds of little opportunity here because I have this gold star under Peace and Joy, and I have, the lines and stuff. Now, here's where I'm kind of showing you. This is what I mentioned to you. I want to show you what I had left of my kit to show you that this kit does go a long ways. So I still have that full-size sheet of the blue and tan. I have most of the toy paper. I have a goodly amount of the yellow and the plaid and some scraps of the blue and stuff. I have the full-on, the thickers, and then, some sequins. Now, here's the slowdown of the layout up close. Take a look there, and I'll do some stills in a second. Don't forget to click the link below if you want to check out the shop, which I highly encourage you to do that. She does have, I don't know, I think I'm posting this on July 25th, so I hope it's still in stock by then. But definitely check it out. She's got a great shop. I really love it. You guys have a good one, and we'll talk next time. Bye-bye.